You know what the problem is? I was watching this movie, Pet Cemetery. Okay, besides, we watched the other movie, Doctor Sleep. Honestly, I kind of fell asleep through it. It's a very, very weird movie. I don't know, like witches and stuff, kidnapping children, and it was a really crazy, crazy movie, man. But I have to admit the truth, I fell asleep. I didn't watch the whole thing, so I can't really give a review on it yet. But I mean, overall, I mean, it caught my attention. It was interesting. It was a little sick, a little weird. But anyway, I also watched, prior to that, I was watching the movie Pet Cemetery. And in the movie Pet Cemetery, that ghost kept coming up. And he kept saying to everybody, the grounds are rotten. The grounds are rotten. And, despite that he gave them this warning, the father, first he lost his poor child. What was it? It was Gage, right? And then after that, he lost his wife. The first, I'm sorry, correction, he lost the cat first, Church. So because he didn't want the daughter to be brokenhearted, he buried the cat in the pet cemetery rotten grounds. Cat came back like a raving maniac. Then he buried a cage or Gage, I think it's Gage. And then he came back like a raving lunatic. Then he buried the wife there, which he died because the baby Cage killed the mother. It was a real sick movie. Stephen King, right? He's the man. He's what Stephen King. But anyway, so now the mother comes back, he kills everybody. Okay. And then at the end of the song, the end of the movie is the greatest song in the world by the Ramones. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. I don't want to live my life again. Great song, man. You got to check out that song if you've never heard it before by the Ramones. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. But you might be like, what the F are you talking about? I'm going to get to the point. The point is, Wall Street is rotten. It's rotten. So you only have two choices when you're dealing with a situation that's rotten. Don't deal with it, right? Completely just exit yourself, get out of it, and don't ever go back. That's option one because it's rotten. Okay. Option number two is change it for the better. That's the thing. So you got to make a choice. But here's where I see most people. You want to see where I see most people? They don't want to change it. They just want to take a little piggyback ride on whenever the hedge funds make a move. That's it. So they're leaving the hedge funds in power. They're leaving the corruption in power. They're leaving the system rotten. But if they can make their little crumbs whenever there's a little run or whatever something happens, most people are satisfied. And you know what it is? That is the mindset of what's called a follower. You're not a leader. You're a follower. I remember one time in the movie Scarface when he was driving in the car and he was talking to me as Chico. He says, "Listen, you know the girl, the Frankie's girl. I see it in her eyes. The eyes never lie, Chico. She liked me. She liked me." And I think the guy's name was Manny. I don't really call him Chico, or whatever. But the guy's name was Manny. And he's like, "Are you crazy? You're gonna hit on the boss's wife." He said, "Listen to me. You think I was here to make them rich, to make them get the women? No, no, no. I'm here to make myself rich. I'm here to get the woman. You understand? First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women." Okay. The point is that so he had the mentality, Tony Montana, as a leader. Most people don't have that mentality. They have the mentality of just being Chico Manny. That, that's it. All right. I work for the boss. I get my crumbs. I live. I survive. I'm happy. See, I'm not. I'm Tony Montana. That's my mentality, and I believe acquiring AMC, firing Adam Aron, and firing the AMC board would just be step one. Okay, that could lead to a domino effect of so many super victories for the apes and for the retail investor. First of all, that could even trigger the MOAS. You're turning the company from a public company to a private company, Technically, they have to cover all the synthetic shares. People always bring up MMTLP. I'm not the CEO of that company. See, once again, you all have to understand that a lot of people could be bought and sold. A lot of people comply. They're complicit. I wouldn't be complicit. I would make sure that before AMC went private, that I would have every drop of evidence to prove there are synthetics. Like I would literally go to Gary Gensler's desk with a gigantic friggin' pile of paperwork showing all the synthetics in display. I would expose it. And I would tell him they got to get closed. That's it. And he might say to me, well, can we talk about things? We can't talk about nothing. We can't negotiate nothing. Again, it's all alleged that I'm saying that this would happen. I'm just trying to make you understand I can't be bought and sold. So that's the mentality. That's someone you need in the leadership. That's someone you need as a CEO. Okay. Or the other option, which is the option that I hate to say is the one I think everyone's going to take, is you're going to leave the grounds rotten. You're going to leave them rotten to the core. And that's it. And then I guess your only hope as retail investors or investors in general is to continuously be the puppets, to continuously be, subject to the fuckery and the manipulation, probably take more losses. It's kind of like a casino. At the end of the year, you have what's called a win-loss statement, and you're always going to be primarily, in the loss section. The loss section is going to make up, your statement. You're going to have 90%, 95% losses, maybe 5% wins, right? It'll probably be the same thing in Wall Street. But that's just the way it seems like everybody wants it, and you don't realize that you have the power to change it. Like John Lennon said, power in the people. You have the power to choose to not be a follower. You have the power to choose to be a leader. But it's up to you. It's up to you. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for a solicitation of an investment. I'm asking for an email. My email is Richard, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Once again, my email, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Simply send me an email. I'm in. That's it. Let me accumulate enough apes. Let me hire a prestigious law firm. Make sure everything is done legal. And then at that point, we could talk. No money is involved. This is not a solicitation for an investment. This video is not financial advice. I am not a financial planner. This video is not legal advice. I am not an attorney. This video and all my videos are for entertainment purposes only because that's who I am. The world's greatest entertainer. The one, the only Apefather in the house, baby. Wow!